Well, it looks like another day that my cat is allowing me to go do another painting. He has found his sun puddle to hang out in, and I'm going to head out again to the park. So this is the scene that I found at the park. Just a little creek with a little waterfall, and I've sketched it out here with burnt sienna. Just trying to get the basic shapes there before I start in with the darks. I have zinc white, ultramarine blue, alizarin crimson, cadmium yellow light, burnt umber, yellow ochre, and just a little bit of viridian green. So, and also on the left there, I have some of that burnt sienna. So I'm looking to just use this pretty limited palette to get a sense of what's going on. I have a cut down paper palette in my Easy L Pochade box. I've been working here now for maybe 20 minutes and just blocked in some dark shapes, some of the dark values. A little later on, about another maybe 10 or 15 minutes down the road, I've started to bring in some of the light highlights and some of the green shades of the water, trying to get a sense of some of those forest greens in the background and some of the water flow. I'm trying to save the whitest highlights for last so I don't blow out my values at the very beginning, and still working on getting a shape of some of those rocks and some of the water and how it spills out down over the rocks. Okay, so I've got it back at home and just kind of gonna live with it for a little while. I'm lots of things that I feel like I could continue to play with, but I feel like at this point I just want to sort of keep an eye on it and sort of see how I feel about it. I'm not sure if I'm going to do any more adjustments on it or not. I think that it was a really good exercise to play around with just using one brush, using larger brush strokes, and to not and to paint larger and to not be so concerned about diving in and doing all the super intricate details necessarily. I think that's one of the things that I'm continuing to learn and try and figure out a little bit is just that question of like, should a painting, how realistic should a painting look, you know? And I know there's some really brilliant artists out there who can make a painting look almost like a photograph, or like a photograph, and I'm in a huge amount of admiration for that level of skill. And there are other painters who do a much more impressionistic look and everything in between, and it's really interesting and fascinating and an exciting journey to figure out what my personal take is. And I don't think I quite even know yet. But this was a really great step, I think, in a good direction for me. A couple of things I learned is that it's okay for a painting to look better from a distance, from 6 or 7 feet away, as opposed to just constantly looking at it from 6 inches away. To take a step back and to see how the colors and the values make more sense when you get a little further distant from it. And in fact, one of the reasons that the oil painting brushes tend to be long is to be able to get a sense of that distance while you're painting. Another thing I learned is just how great it is to work on a little bit of a larger format, and to have a little bit more of a sense of movement in the piece. Working with the largest brush possible, and to really recognize how you can do most of a painting as I did with this, with just a fairly large brush. Anyway, if you have any thoughts to contribute or ideas or suggestions, please post in the comments below. Stay safe out there, everybody. Be well. Create art. Stay creative. And we'll see you next time. Peace.